Okay, TIs, it's April 22nd, I believe, 2023. Got several things I'm going to talk about today. I hope you guys are all doing okay. One thing I want to talk about is our relationships with other TIs. So, one of the things I want to talk about in relationship to that is that you can have other TI friends. I just think that you have to find the right person that you can get along with, or that has the same interests, some of the same interests as you. You have to pick TI friends just the same as you would regular friends that you meet if you weren't a TI. Not everybody that you decide to in life to be friends with always works out. They might have different interests, or you just don't sync with them. So so with TI friends, I think we're a little bit more critical of them for some reason. It's possible to have TI friends. I have several, and I really care about them. They are very good people. But I have met other TIs where I just didn't sync with at all. So I think some of the things that are important, or the ways that you can maintain a friendship with other TIs, which I think is very important, because number one, nobody else knows what you're going through except for another TI, and number two, they are usually kind people because they have been through so much. They're outcasts. Like, we're all outcasts. We're all in the same boat. So, that's another reason. So I'm also going to talk about how to maintain those friendships. This might not work for everyone, and you might have tried and it might not have worked for you, but these are just some suggestions that possibly could work. So one of the things that I suggest is, when you first meet another TI, I would, and I know at first you're going to say, oh my gosh, this is happening to me. And you're comparing stories. You're comparing, not stories, but you're comparing incidents that's happened to you as a TI. And you're giving your backstory to them, which is fine. That's what you want to do. They're the only people that you can talk to about that. But once that is done, then I would suggest, after a few weeks, to make sure that when you guys call each other, that not every call is all about TI related interests, because that's number one, all TIs are already stressed out, and then number two, it just puts more stress when you're constantly talking about what's happening to you. That's, I've done this and I had to learn the hard way. So you want to carry on and normalize that friendship as much as possible. So yes, I'm not saying don't talk about TI related things. I'm just saying don't make every call about it. I mean, have those calls where you don't talk about it at all sometimes. Like, talk about going to the store, shopping, your kids, anything else, any normal thing that you would talk to your normal friends. Because just because they're TIs, that doesn't make them abnormal. They're still a friend, a regular friend, and they want to be treated as a regular friend. I mean, because just because they're another TI, don't mean you should be calling up them talking about TI stuff. Like, I had one friend that I was friends with for a year or two, and every time I talked to her, that's all she wanted to talk about 24/7 is what's happening to her, which I understand it's traumatic and there's nobody else to talk to, but I'm not a counselor and neither are you. So, and I don't mind hearing the TI stories. I'm not saying I want to hear what your backstory is. I want to hear what's happening to you, but I just don't want it to be 100% of the friendship. If it's a true friendship, I think the confusion is where when you say TI friendship, you think that that's just all it is. It's just a TI friendship. You can't have a friendship just based on TI related information and TI things. You have to have a regular friendship. Somebody that, if they weren't a TI, you would be friends with. That's why TI friendships don't work out, because it can't just be based on TI related incidents. It has to be a regular friendship as well. And you have to make sure that you're honing a regular friendship. You're trying to complete and, and doing the things you need to keep that friendship. And also, to keep this in mind, that everything that you have in your household or around you is electronic. Your TV, your phone, your car, etc. All those things can be hacked, just like a credit card. It can be hacked. And we all know that all TI's electronics are hacked. So when you're talking on the phone to somebody, your family, your friends, another TI, keep in mind you might hear something, because we all know that sound can be carried on certain radio waves or RF waves, and we all know that. This is factual. I'm not making this up. The military has proved this. There's patents for this. So anything that you hear might not be what they're saying. I have tested this theory. So make sure that if you're hearing something that doesn't sound right or negative coming from one of your friends or another TI or something, make sure you ask them 2 or 3 times. What did you say? Make them clarify what they're saying. Repeat what they said. Because I have done this in the past, and my friend has said, where did you get that from? I didn't say anything like that. So be sure that you're doing that, because it could just be, a play on words carried through sound. So sound waves. So just make sure that you are checking that. I tried to do this video already once, and I had to delete it because the terrorist put something in the video that I didn't even say. I didn't even say it. So there you go. So I had to delete the last video. I'm just trying to say, keep your heart and mind open to, and I also want to say, if you call your TI friend and they're not having a good day, they're whatever, then just say, okay, I understand. I'll call you another time, and try another time. Just because they're short or something with you, they're probably stressed out. Just try another time. People get stressed out, you can always try another time calling them, and I'm sure then it will be better. Just keep your hearts and mind open. Don't let this program shut them down as far as other TIs go. Treat them like you would any other friendship you would have. Normalize it. Okay, that's all I want to say about that, but I just want to show you this too. So you see that bruise there on my toe? There you go. It's not too good, but you can see it. It looks like something fell on my toe, don't it? It does. And then the other one right beside it, it looks like something, you can see the little dot on it. It looks like something fell on my toe. But something did not fall on my toe. I got that sitting right in my chair, which I think they ran something through the ceiling when they were doing the apartment next door. I think it's some type of laser thing, because I've gotten many of these. This isn't the first one I've gotten. And I was just sitting here. I didn't drop anything on my toe. I didn't do anything. I didn't hit it. I didn't do anything to it. It just came while I was sitting here like I am now. And, a lot of people think that this program, and for them, it's done in different levels. I'm way, way into the program, over 25 years. So, I'm at this point. A lot of people don't get this, so they don't understand that, that toe hurts. It hurts bad. It hurts like if I dropped a brick on it, but I didn't drop anything on it. I was sitting in the chair when that happened. And this is normal for me. This happens all the time, especially if I start talking too much. And other TIs know what I mean about that. They say this is like, some TIs don't understand because this ain't happening to them. They're just getting the sound and, the baseline program. But some of us TIs are really going through this stuff physically. So this is not no-touch torture. So I wish they would stop saying that, because that's not true. I know TIs that have bottles thrown at them. I know TIs that are unalived. I know TIs that are going through what I'm going through. They don't want me to eat, and they are always doing these burns on my skin or these bruises like that using some type of laser. All right. I hope peace and love for you guys. I'm out.